Got to censor out a couple things, unfortunately.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. I don't know. Got water today?
Yeah, it's Sprite and vodka.
Is that?
It's terrible.
Okay.
I don't.
Hello. How's it
going? This is the in-laws pad, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. We spend our time like halfway between here and Rosarito. We zoom back and forth till we get our own spot to find a job.
For sure. How's that going?
Not good at all.
Nah,
you know what? My old supervisor at work, I talked to her like before I even got back when I was still in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in contact, and actually like last week or 2 weeks ago when I was at a tournament, they hit me up. I was like, okay, the position's opening up again, and everything looks good. It's just like a waiting game at this point.
Oh, okay.
But
is that the hospital?
Just waiting. It's
at UCSC,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But,
there you go.
It's just I'm just like super
antsy.
Yeah, dude, because like we're our last like little bit of money. It's like it's coming tight, so it's like I don't know. You know what? We're not in that bad of a like financial situation, but it's just like my biggest fear has always been to not pay off all my credit cards at the end of the month. So I've never been like that. So it's but it should be fine. I mean, that's why I was joking around DJ, but that's why I'm freaking out there selling cleats, selling flags, selling whatever I can to try to make any extra bucks.
I figured that was
had
something to do with it, but
because I'm usually not that guy, but it's like, oh, times get tough.
Yeah, the flags are selling though.
Yeah, dude, super.
Everybody has flags on.
I mean, thanks to you guys repping it. There's no way I ever thought, especially we sold a little bit like once I first started, and then when I took off. But when we took off, like to go overseas, I was like, okay, no way. Like I'll let Patas and Ezra, or whoever's working with me, like to take it over. Like, no way I thought I was going to sell a pair of flags while I was gone, but then freaking out of nowhere, like, people started hitting me up, and I started, like, fandangling everything from Thailand or wherever I was at. So it worked out, dude. I mean, and it helps. A couple $100 a month.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
That's fine. Untaxed. I mean.
Yeah, until they catch up with me. They all that back. I'll take that out, though.
Yeah.
I'm taking the cash right now.
That'll be fine.
But, yeah, dude, I've been super pumped about that. It's surprisingly a lot of work. I think it was going to be.
I figured.
I spend a lot of time dicking around the computer, and it's good right now. I mean, I have nothing else to do.
Yeah,
so
it's like perfect time to do anything like that.
And that helps out with the videos and stuff too, like the podcast. Like anything I do is like it gives me free time to do whatever I want right now. So the bad is I'm poor, but the good is I have free time. Projects.
Yeah.
What do you guys do a podcast about? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Like right off the back.
It's called Beers and Bullshit. I actually followed you on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it was you.
I like went through and I was like, what people? Because you have yours. So
yeah.
Like, I'll follow you. I followed like Steve, because Steve listened to it one day, I guess.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, we got bored one day. It was like I think we went to like Salud.
Okay.
And then we went to like Ballast Point. And we were like sitting there like watching people walk by.
Hammered.
Yeah, and just talking shit about people walking by, like, you know, like commentating on people. And then I like brought up, I'm like, yeah, I want to do a pod. Like, I've been wanting to do one, you know, just talk about whatever. And then my roommate, like, next thing I know, like, because all of us were drunk, so we're like, yeah, let's do it, you know. And then
I don't know if I'm recording this.
Are you recording?
Oh yeah, I'm recording.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah.
Forgot.
We were all hammered, just like talking about it, and then next thing I know, my roommate like came home. He's like, yeah, I bought a mixer and mics. He's like, Guitar Center had a sale. Like,
really?
Alright, I was like, this is really happening. We recorded like once on my phone.
Wait, this is your buddy or your roommate? Or?
Oh, same.
Oh, okay, no.
But yeah, he's the one I live with.
It's just you two?
No, we have one more.
Oh.
He doesn't do it. He has no interest. But we recorded like 2 episodes on my phone, because I know you did that.
Yeah,
a bunch of times.
still.
Like, you just have it sitting out. So I was like, yeah, it sounds fine. You know, let's do it. Then my roommate got picky and was like, oh, I can't change everything. Everybody's just everywhere.
Oh, is he like legit? Like he knows what he's doing?
Now he's all
really?
Yeah, he bought the mixer and that fool.
That's
plays
awesome.
with it all the time. So I mean, you know, he got all into that. So yeah, we just drink and talk. That's basically it. We got we're on iTunes, but you can't find us right now because our name is Beers and Bullshit. And I told them, I was like, we need to like put BS, like, because iTunes probably will censor us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they ended up censoring us. We had an episode. It was Christmas time. Called it Christmas with the Cucks. And they didn't like that. So like, if you're subscribed already, you can find us. On there, that you get updates. But if you like try to just go on like the app and look up our name, nothing pops up.
So how could you share? Like, you have to like send like a direct link to someone? Or?
Yeah, like we have a my roommate made a website for it, so there's like RSS link on there.
Okay, yeah.
And we're on SoundCloud too, but like we're in the process of getting back on iTunes, like changing the name and like
that's funny.
Everything.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's too funny.
I like thought about it from the beginning. I was like, we should probably change it, but then like a couple episodes in, we didn't hear anything. So we're like, cool, we're gonna keep it.
Then boom, the hammer came down.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But
how long you guys been doing that?
We just released our 10th episode. We usually do it like every other week.
Yeah.
But then we have like people have stuff come up, can't do it.
Is it just you two, or like people come in? Or?
It's me and my roommate, and then 2 of my friends I met from work.
Oh, nice.
So it's 4 of us. We've had it where like somebody doesn't come in, so we have to like somebody sit in for them or anything. But yeah, it's usually about 4 of us.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah. If you want to be on, let me know.
Oh, 100%. I won't be that entertaining, but I'll be. I have beer.
Talking. There you go. See.
How do you like that? Like, it's just like a little fun project thing. Because I assume you're not making money out of this. It's just like a little.
Yeah, I just did it for fun, and then they're like, right when we had the idea of it, jumped from like 0 to 100. Like, oh, we need to do this. We need to do this. Doing this. I was like, man, I'm just doing this for fun. Like, I'm not trying to like sit here and make this like a cash grab. Like, I'm just do it because I talk a lot, so you know.
That's dope.
It's
dude.
fun though. It's cool, you know. And I do it at home, so it's like cool because I can just drink and don't have to worry about going
super
anywhere.
convenient. I always tell people, I feel like I repeat myself all the time on here, but that out of all the crap I do, all the media stuff, whatever it is I do in my life, like this is like by far like the most fun thing. Just because, once again, I repeat myself, but it's like you get to sit down with you or whoever it is, Louis last week, DJ. Or random people. I mean, I've done a few, but like people I've never met before, like doing, like sitting down with them.
Yeah.
But it's like I get to sit down with them and talk to them for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and just chop it up. But I mean, and besides, like in a setting like this, like it doesn't really happen because like real life doesn't lend itself to that. Like you can't just sit down like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And so I just love it, dude. It's a fun time. And I'm not a big talker like myself. Like I don't talk a lot about anything. I don't know how much you know me by now, but I love like asking people questions and hearing their story. That's why I have you on here.
Thank you again.
When I thought of you, I was like, dude, like who can I hit up? Like I focus mostly on everybody I invite, like in like the flag football community, and then someone I want to hang out with for however much time. Mm-hmm. So you fit that criteria.
Appreciate it. Glad we're making this progress right now.
Yeah, for sure. And then something I didn't think about that I wanted to bring up too was that you grew up with Jehovah's Witness too, right?
Yeah.
And that's something I was talking to Jesse earlier, and he brought that up. I was like, oh, that'd be fun questions to ask, but I don't know how comfortable you are talking about that. So.
I'll talk. I don't care. I had a feeling it was gonna come up anyway, so I was like,
fair enough. Dude, but alright, by far the number one thing that thought me of asking you to hang out was the fact that you've been in the flag football community playing for what? How long?
I think 10 years.
10 years.
It was like right after I graduated high school.
You see, I love that, dude, and the fact that you're able, after 10 years, like, you still get the joy out of it. You're still out there, you're still hanging out there, doing your thing, and, the biggest question is, like, dude, like, what keeps you playing? Like, why are you still out there?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't do it if I didn't love playing football. I love football. It's, like, my favorite sport.
Did you grow up playing ball always?
No, I wasn't allowed to.
Oh, that's right. Full circle.
But even then, I was like the smallest person up until like my senior year. I finally grew, so I was steadily like the smallest and strongest person. Like, I know when I started high school, I was like maybe like 4'11".
No.
I weighed like 90 pounds or something.
No.
Yeah, I was tiny.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and that was the thing too. Like my mom would be like, "You're gonna get hurt."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, no, I'm not." And, but yeah. So playing like love for the sport in general, and then the people you meet. I mean, fucking all these years, I met so many people that like now we're like
friends, right?
Like Alex. I didn't know Alex before football.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I met him like I think only like a year or so after playing. He put up on like the message boards like, anybody want to play my D3 team? At Lincoln, and I was like, I'm in. Like D3, that's my spot. And then yeah, since then it's like. Yeah, exactly.
It's so crazy, dude.
You're stuck now.
Yeah, it is. It's straight addiction, dude. It's like even though sometimes you don't even want to go, you're lazy or whatever. Like it's like, oh, I'm gonna be there.
Mm-hmm. And then once I like tore my knee, and then I was like able to actually play again.
Yeah, was that a year or how long ago was that?
It just hit 4 years.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it just hit 4 years.
What happened last year then? I thought you were hurt recently.
I always get hurt.
Oh.
What last year?
Maybe it was just a little tweak or something. Or maybe I made that
Probably
up.
my knee again. I don't know, both knees. This is the surgery needs a good knee. This is the bad knee.
Really?
Nothing's happened to this one since, knock on wood, but
blew it out.
Yeah. But like once I remember being like, I remember I went to go watch like Monstars play.
Okay.
At like Thursdays at Lincoln, and I was like, maybe a week post-op. Couldn't even because I tore my meniscus, so they didn't want me to step on anything. Yeah. So for 3 weeks I couldn't walk. So
I'm wheelchair right now?
No, it's crutches.
Oh,
I hate crutches now. But like I went to go watch them. Like Alex picked me up, and then we went over there. And I remember sitting there. I'm like, damn. Like, I had the itch. Like I was sitting there, like fuck. Like I was like, let me see the football. Like at halftime, like let me just hold it. But yeah, so especially when that happened, I was like, yeah, like I missed it a lot. So I was,
Oh, it's tough, dude. Like I think of how much I missed it, like just over the past 9 months. I've even gone like it sounds so stupid. It's flag football. It's a rec sport. But straight up, like I see, especially all the beaners, like they're all doing their thing. I know everybody's at tournaments or just playing, and I was like, I just get that mad FOMO. Mm-hmm. And it's not like I miss like San Diego itself, but I miss like that community, like you said, like the friends, just playing. And did you always just like football, football itself, like watching it and like growing up?
Just in general, that was always like.
That was your jam.
Yeah, that was.
I love sports growing up, but like now, like I don't know anything about sports. I'm completely oblivious.
I remember you telling me that before.
No.
That's a lot of people though. I know a lot of people that like love the sport, but they don't watch
Really?
They don't watch NFL. They don't watch college, so you're not alone.
Okay, now I feel better about myself. I thought it was just a weirdo. How'd you and Alex meet?
I hit. We played.
Besides, after how? No, I guess straight.
We played in at Steel Canyon, East County. That was like the first time I actually brought out a team, and it was like our second game. We got our fucking ass whooped by some team he was on, and it was funny because like Alex is a tall, skinny white boy, and on our team we had a tall, skinny white boy. And his name's Taylor. So we just called we called Alex Athletic Taylor because he's more athletic. So that's how we referenced him before we even actually met him. Like I remember when I hit him up to play, like I didn't know his name at all. Like didn't know because X-Flag had the nicknames and shit on there. So I remember just being because I brought like people on the team like Sean, Brandon. And a couple of who brought all of us. So I remember telling them, like, hey, do you guys want to play? And they're like, whose team is it? I'm like, Athletic Taylor. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah. But, that's how, first time I saw him was out there. And then I, hit him up to play with us, the next season because we needed people. Yeah. And he just never got back to me. And then... That's
classic.
I'm a big head.
I guess what I meant with that was, how'd that relationship build? After that, you said you guys linked up, on the message board, started playing together, but, how... Because you guys are pretty close now, right? I mean...
Yeah.
So how did that, evolve?
It got to... Well, because we used to practice. That's how scrubby we were, We used to practice in Lemon Grove at, Washington Park. And we would go there, and it was practice, but really it was just us running around and just throwing the ball. Yeah. And so, we would, talk to them during that, and now him and his friends are, a whole different... I was so pure before I met them.
Really?
When I think about it, damn, They were wild.
Did you?
Yeah, at least back then. So they I would like hear them talk about whatever, and then like I got them on social media, and then I think like the first time we actually like kicked it, I like hit them up because they put like a picture of beer pong or something like that, and I was like, oh, you don't want the fade.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, come out, and then like they invited me out to like one party, and then like from there it just like built.
It's downhill from there.
Yeah, it was like, oh, you want to hang out? You want to hang out? Yeah, all right, let's go out, and then yeah.
That's what's up.
So that's basically how it happened. It was just.
It's funny to me that's how simple it is. Just hang out 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and you're just BFFs.
That's like Keon and Christian too. Like I met Keon from flag football.
Oh really?
Yeah, didn't know him before either. I just remember playing against him one time, and then we did like a draft location thing. X did that.
Okay.
And I remember playing against him, and then he like randomly. I don't even know how he got on our team. To be honest. Sorry, Keon, if you listen to this, but yeah, he was just on our team one season, or like we played against him, and then like he wanted to play with us, so he hopped on, and then since then it's just like hanging out like with him, and then I went to Mesa. When I started going back to school, I went to Mesa, and he was going there at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So we would hang out at school, and then that's when me and him got close. And then Christian, I met him from football. First time I met him, we were playing with Tiggle Bitties, with Brewer's team. And I think I like missed games where he showed up during the season. But then like playoffs, he was...
Oh, you're here.
Yeah, I was like, all right. Like I didn't even know who he was. I was like, okay, whatever. He's rushing. That's cool.
Yeah.
And we had a girl on our team.
What?
She's a beast.
Really?
She's fucking good. But they double rushed. And like they did the wide rush. Quarterback stepped up and they both dove. And Christian
the girl?
Christian and the girl. I don't know, Christian's head or his shoulder hit her in the side of the head and gave her a concussion.
No.
Yeah. Like she got up, spitting out blood, and like wandered over. And then I remember like 15 minutes later, she was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then from like then, I was like, "Oh, good job, Christian." And
no,
then,
that's it. Never leave that down.
And then now we have a bond. Like I'm gonna be one of his groomsmen.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh damn. So, oh, speaking of those flags, dude, that was a cool. I thought that was a super cool idea when he asked me about get those groomsmen flags made. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, dude, it's so original. Like something people could use, something different.
Yeah, I didn't even think about like what he was gonna do. He invited us for their engagement party, and he was like, "Oh, come here." And I'm just following the house, and he was like, held it up. It said groomsmen. I was like, "Those are tight," and he was like, "They're for you." I was like, "Oh shit, oh, cool, thank you." But yeah, those are legit. That's the ones I use now.
I've seen the. When's he getting married?
Soon? Next year. Sometime next year.
That's crazy.
They just bought a house. So.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty far, but it's in Chula, like Bonita, Chula-ish. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like more closer to Plaza Bonita.
They got that Asian money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a trip, dude. I think I was actually thinking about Christian right now, or no, who was the thing? I was thinking about Isaac, because he's got his lady, he's got his little house, got the baby coming. And I was tripping out, dude. I was like, dude, like, oh man. I was like, I can't imagine myself in those shoes. How old are you?
I'll be 28 this year.
28? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and I think, Isaac's probably younger than
a year younger than me.
Okay.
Or 2, yeah, a year.
But it's like, I can't even imagine myself in those shoes. I got married at 24, and I still tell my lady to this day, like, I wouldn't do it again. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't get married again. It was just, I was so young. And I thought I was like super old, like getting married like late. And that was just like just from like, I was built in from the church, like, man, you go to school, you get married, you have kids, and that's So yeah, 24, I was like, oh, I was freaking out, like, I'm a late bloomer. But, oh man, like, it just trips me out, like, do you want kids? I don't know if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna find somebody before that happens, but yeah, I want kids. I want at least one, 2 would be probably like my cap.
Boy, girl?
Yeah.
2 boys.
But I want at least one boy.
Okay.
Obviously, every guy wants a boy. But, yeah, I don't know if I do what Kenny did. Where Kenny was like, remember we were at Vegas, like, for the tourney for X in January. And that was when he like told everybody that they were having a girl. Yeah. And he was like, oh, "Fuck, man, I'm over 3." Like as he's lacing up his cleats. So if I have 2 girls, I don't know. We'll see at that point. But baby steps. Have to find somebody first. But yeah, eventually I want to like have a family and shit. What about? I know you said you don't want kids, right?
I don't, dude. It just terrifies me. Like, it's just so much responsibility. My wife wants kids, but she doesn't want them now. But she does want kids eventually. But I tell people that it's gonna be like a weird one for us to maneuver through because it's like, what do we do? Like, do we get divorced? Do you want kids? Like, I don't want kids. I'm open to my mind changing, but like right now, it's like a hard no. Like, I'm way
like,
too selfish.
Not at all. Like, not even like adopt or nothing like
this,
that.
like this day right now. Nope. Not even a little bit. I know.
I had that when I was a little kid. So I mean,
but no, dude, not even a little bit. And I don't know if that makes me a terrible person, but I'm like I said, I'm just way too selfish.
No, yeah. I know. My cousin that I'm like super close with, him and his wife, neither of them want kids.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, because they have it like they're stable, like they're good.
Yeah.
Because he was in the military, and now he's gonna be a nurse, and she does like esthetician stuff. So
they're
like
chilling.
they have a condo, so it's like you guys are like set.
You do whatever they want, pretty much.
Yeah, but some people just aren't like for it.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the thing that changes, or if that's the thing more popular with the upcoming generation, or just I don't know. I just feel like like having kids is normal.
Yeah, it's like the expected thing. You have a family and you have kids. Like that's.
It's so scary. Or she freaks out. Like she with her nephew, she's like super like protective, like mama bear, like just freaks out. She's just like tells me like I just don't want him to have to never feel like anything negative in his life. I was like, first off, that's not possible.
Yeah.
But just like that craziness, like I can even imagine her with their own child. But see how that goes. Maybe I'll slip up one day.
One day.
Won't pull out.
Yeah.
Get pregnant. That happens. But oh man, no, it's scary. How's the dating game treating you? How does that work?
Bro, I haven't even tried to date anybody. I like lost all motivation. I dated a girl like a year and a half ago. That was the last time I dated anybody, and it was like
just a few dates, or like you guys were going.
No, like we were together.
Okay.
Well, like I've been on like dates, but not actual consistently.
No relationship.
Yeah. No, I was like with her, but then I had a lot of like personal stuff happen, so I was like,
I can't deal with this right now.
Yeah, I felt bad too because she was great, but I was just like, like I need to make sure I'm straight before I can worry about anybody else.
Yeah.
So, but that's about it. Not doing much. So my life is work and football like once or twice a week.
I can't even imagine what the dating game is like right now. Like, not that I can't imagine, but it's like I think of like going back and starting from like square one. Like that's hard, dude. Like going just on a first date with someone and building that relationship, that doesn't work out. After a couple weeks, you're like, oh damn, I gotta start all over again.
Yeah.
It just seems intimidating to me.
For me too, like I'm not the kind of person to like go to bars and hit on girls. Like I feel weird because I've had a lot of. No, I'm serious. Like if I'm doing that, I'm gone. Don't take my keys. Like that kind of situation. But like I used to like I was super close with like two girls. Like it was completely like just friendship type thing. And I would hear all the stories of like, oh this dickhead's blah blah blah. He was a mess, blah blah. And I was like, oh shit. It's like I don't want that bad rep of being the fucking dude that's at the bar. You're like, hey girl, what's up? So for me, I'm more of like a laid back kind of like flirtatious type of thing. Like I won't go up and be like, hey. So for now with everything, like all this stuff just going on between like stuff coming out about women, like harassing shit.
You're like, no.
It's so fucking like it's hard, man. Because I'll be sitting there and be like, fuck, I don't want to say something wrong, and it's just like, oh, like fucking somebody snap, and it's like shit. So it definitely makes you more cautious. Like
that's a trip.
Watch what you say.
You know what? Yeah, I've actually not in that situation at all, but like and like things I say on like this or like media stuff I put out when I write like different things, it just really makes you think, huh? Like should I say something I would have said like without even thinking twice about it like a year ago, 2 years ago? Like I think twice about everything. I was like, oh man, like I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, it's crazy how like times have changed with that, because it's like before you could like you think about especially with like shows or like movies or anything, they could say anything before.
Oh yeah,
like Dave Chappelle. His first episode was a blind KKK leader, and it's like that shit won't fly now.
You think? I try to think about that. Someone threw that out there.
There's some shit that we would watch or like. I forgot what movie I watched the other day, but I was like, "Fuck!" There's no way this could have came out back in, like right now because there's just so many like things that people will be too sensitive about.
Yeah. It's a good thing though, right? That's my argument I have for people. It's like obviously like all like the exaggeration, like overreaction of whatever words or actions, like that's like you don't want that. You want the thing going crazy, but like as far as like the awareness of being more sensitive to people and situations and lifestyle, like that's.
I get that part. But there's there's a lot where it's just like making big deals out of no sense. Like, come on, like lighten up a little bit.
I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, dude. Maybe Rosalie gets mad at me because I do that too much sometimes. But like I like to think like I'm super positive about the world, dude. Like just things are just so much better. Like now, like best time to be alive, best time to do anything right now, and I'm just happy.
Yeah, I mean that's always good to be that way, But you could just be a terrible person.
that too. When I was talking about the family stuff. Like like I said, like the biggest thing, like I felt like I was like a late bloomer. Like I wasn't on par, but like I was married late, didn't want any kids. Like that was all like the indoctrination from the church, like in my opinion. So it was like. I want to think if you do, like you grew up as Jehovah's Witness, like your family and everything, like what, I guess what was that experience like? I mean, that's a hard question, it's a broad question, but like, I guess what was it like coming out of that?
It was, because we started going on when I was 6.
Okay.
That was when my mom got into it, because my dad wasn't.
Okay.
Like, my mom and dad aren't together, so it was just like, my mom got into it, just from people going in service, knocking on the door. And so it was like, that's all I knew from 6 up till, I think I haven't gone, I think this year has been 6 years since I haven't done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it hasn't been that long. I mean, it's been a while, but it hasn't been, like, a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah, so, like, for that portion of my life, though, that was my, like, beliefs.
Yeah, everything.
Now, it was always, I wasn't full-blown in it. Like Jesse was baptized. And I wasn't baptized. I tried to get baptized or, like, get my way more into it. Just because I was like, I remember I was like 20 or something like that, and I was like, okay, like there's people my age that are like higher up in there.
Yeah.
I should probably start doing it. But
being serious about this.
Yeah, but because my mom was a single mother and she had me and my 2 brothers, they didn't see it as like an ideal, like they kept making me like study books, like, oh, you need to do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they made like I had to jump through like fucking jump through like hoops, yeah, there you go. I had to do a bunch of things like that just because they were like, oh,
but they told you because that's like you don't have a
no, but it makes sense after a while. They won't say it. They're just like, oh yeah, you need to like study this, you know, because there wasn't like a father figure in the home for it, So once I started realizing that, that's when I was like, I'm out. Like I told my mom, I was all, I'm trying to make progress and they're not letting me, so.
Really?
Yeah. And I was still kind of like, there were some things about it that I didn't really agree with, so that played in the factor as well. So like she understood where I came from. I was fucking terrified to tell her. Like I had that decision like probably almost 2 years before I told her like I didn't want to go anymore.
Oh really? It took that much time?
And I was just like, damn, because I didn't want to like.
Today's the day.
I know I didn't want to give her the feeling of letting her down, like I didn't want that.
It.
So it was like. I finally just told her, I was like, yeah, like, I don't want to go anymore. Like, maybe I'll change my mind in the future. I'm not ruling it out, but, right now I feel like I'm wasting my time if I'm going and there's, like, no progress. Like, I'm doing everything I can, but they're telling me I have to do more. Yeah. And so she understood. So it wasn't that bad of a transition. Because, I mean, it was kind of hypocritical anyways. Like, I was still, like, I would get, like, I wasn't doing, like, that's the thing, like, I wasn't baptized, so I was just basically, to them, I was just somebody that went every week.
Yeah.
Even though they'd known me for like 15 years, I was just somebody that was just there, but not doing anything else. But still, I would have like guilt too, like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I knew I was doing things that was bad.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, like this don't look good on my part,
Yeah.
So that was played into the whole thing too. It was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I gotta be more truthful,
No, I get it, dude.
It's like, I don't know if I could believe anything else, like. doing, you know, like that. I'm not ruling out, but it's just like, it would be hard for me to find something and be like, yes, that's 100% what it's going to be. Especially because, like, there's a lot of things that religion says isn't, you know, oh no, it's, you know, and but then there's a side of you that's like, no, it's scientific type stuff. It's, so I'm kind of in that boat of just like, I don't even know if there, I mean, I'm not saying there isn't, but it's just like, there's doubts, you know?
Yeah, dude.
So
it's hard to juggle those two things. Like, you're trying to hold up like two contradictory beliefs. Contradictory. Something like that.
Yeah.
It's not contradictory.
I got you.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's tough. And like, I thought when you were going through, if you have a family and stuff, I was thinking like, how do you set up like a moral framework for your family?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what do you base that off of if you don't have like a religion? And that's one of the good things I thought about religion. Like, you have whatever it is, like you have these rules and guidelines, and at the end of the day, I still feel like I mean, for the most part, they make you into a good person, moral, hardworking, all that stuff.
Yeah. It's the thing that really gets me with like religion and all that is like, a lot of people are like hypocritical, like a lot, like do a lot, like things that you're not, and it's just like it's human,
hard,
it's
dude.
human nature.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
like I get that, but it's just like when people are like digging in, saying you're wrong for this, but they're doing the same thing, and it's like some people I know that are like full. We'll go to church like every Sunday and be like, oh yes, God is great, blah blah blah, but then they like knowingly or like the night before was doing blow in PB like in the bathroom, and then come back and being like this, and then they go to church the next morning like, oh my God, it's just like you were purpose, like you can't, you have like, to me it's like you need to fucking check yourself, because it's just like you're doing shit intentionally knowing like, I'm doing this, I know it's bad, but I'm gonna go to church tomorrow, it's better. It's like, nah, that's not how it works. So
I don't know, you see, that's once again, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. It's like, I don't know if I don't know if it makes them feel better about themselves, or if like it helps them out, like if they know they're going to church, like even if they are doing something bad.
I see where you're coming. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect my life at all. So they can do whatever they want. But it's just like, you know, because people are just judgmental, man. I've noticed that more in like religion. It's bad. It's like, fuck. But, yeah.
But no, I trip out on it just because it's like it's a whole different world, dude. Like, you can't really talk about it unless like you've been inside the church. You can't talk about it, but like you don't understand unless like you've been in the church, you've been a part of it. And I don't know like how much you believe like throughout your life, but like for me, like I was balls deep, like good 10 years. Like I started going to the church when I was like 18, 17, 18. And then from there to like, said like a couple years ago, like I was in, even in like my worst times, like when I went off the rail, like I never once doubted for a second like God and Christ and all that stuff. But it wasn't until afterwards, like looking back in retrospect and just kind of really thinking about everything, and I was like, oh man, like I'm not in this. Like I really don't believe this anymore. So and it was rough, like taking, like you said, like that was your life, like you grew up like that, like it was my whole foundation essentially was like crushed and shattered. It was like, I gotta figure out what to do now. I don't know, it's been good though.
Yeah, hey, I mean, whatever makes people happy. That's at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Like, that's why like I won't ever, even if I didn't believe in God or anything, I won't shit on people for them like not for saying that they are all into it and there is a God. Like I see people do it on Facebook and all the time. It's like, bro, it gives people like peace, gives them like hope.
Right? Yeah,
just,
exactly.
Like, let them live their life. Like it ain't, if you're getting mad that people are sitting here like, and then it's just, I know people that are just rude. Like, will mention just like completely just mention like anything about Jesus or anything, and they just snap. And it's
really?
Like, bro, like chill. Like who hurt you?
Yeah, who hurt you?
It's bad. So what? Like, and I like I'm very observant with stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's like really like, especially with like Jehovah's Witnesses, like people shit on them all the time. Like I've heard everything.
Yeah,
I've heard everything, especially getting knocked on the door in the morning.
Service.
And I see people like on social media will be like, oh yeah, like, oh, I answer the door naked, I do that. It's just like, bro, if you tell them like, no, they write it down. Like, I didn't go out doing that much. I would always make an excuse not to do it. But like, there's like if something happens, like you know, you could just say I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Like, but people want to argue. People want to be rude. It's just like, bro, you just go about it just completely differently. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
I agree, dude. Like, there's no, like you said, like if it brings you peace, if it makes you happy, if it makes your life happier, better, whatever it is, then good for you.
Yeah.
Like you said, like you're not hurting me at all. You're not affecting me, and it's like I can't be mad at you. Like everyone to each their own.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they're like shoving it down your throat.
Yeah.
And then you could say something, but until then, it's just like let people live.
And even that, dude, I'm going back to this. Like, I'm sure you know this as well. Like when you are 100% convicted that this is the way, the truth, and the light. Like this is like for your this is for your soul. This is salvation for your soul. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do everything I can to try to bring this light to you. Because I mean, it's eternity. Mm-hmm. It's like I can't even imagine you for like trying to shove it down my throat. But
yeah,
it's a tough one, dude. It's always
religion's always something. You know, it's always gonna be a topic. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's whatever.
Was there any adjustment like once you finally like stopped going to church, like in your day-to-day life, or was it just kind of like I'm doing my own thing now?
I felt like not like a weight was lifted off my shoulders or anything. It was just like I didn't have that guilt feeling anymore, like type of thing.
It's huge. It's
when
huge.
it was like I would sit there and I would kind of like, oh man, like I'm doing
I
this,
did this
and
last night,
and it would just fucking sit in my head. I think of like, you know, oh, time to go to bed, and then you just think about shit, and so like after that happened, because I mean I wasn't living strict to it like the last couple of years ago. I wasn't fucking you know, I would just live and just do whatever. So lifestyle wise, it didn't really change too much. I mean, I started drinking more actually. That's all it was. But yeah, it wasn't too big of a like huge change. And my mom, like, I don't even know if my mom goes anymore, to be honest, because I know she started falling out of it.
Okay. Because
there's just a lot of I guess it's changing. Like there's some things changing in it that like she started noticing and she doesn't like it, so she's stopped going. But we weren't like a huge like household. Like my mom preached it, but it wasn't always to the T. Like, you know, because she had a lot on her plate. Like, because she raised 3 kids, like 3 sons by herself, basically. Damn. So like my dad and my
was your dad brother, never a part of your life?
No, he's okay. My dad's always been there, but it's like
they just went together.
I wasn't planned. so it was like, you know, they weren't the best couple.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the middle.
Okay.
So we all got different dads though. So it's
okay.
we're all like 8 years apart too. So there's no like, it's all perfectly split.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Like she's not just gone out the house. Like, oh, we gotta start all over again.
My little brother got it so like chill. Like he fucking
do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he was dating a girl and she was staying the night, and I remember telling my mom like, "Yo, where was this when I was his age? Like, you wouldn't even let a girl come over here, be in the area." And
she was like, "I'm too tired for that."
She's just like, "Whatever. Two of you already went through it, so you guys, you know, he gets a good shit." But yeah, it wasn't. So she had a lot on her plate. So, and she worked full time, overtime, all that to, you know, support us. So it was like we would go to meetings and everything and do that, but other than that, it wasn't like okay, we gotta read the Bible tonight. Don't forget pray. Like it wasn't like that.
You said through like service and stuff, huh? Like people, like I was wondering like how she got into it, because you said
there was I forgot what her name was, but I've known her since we started going, because. It's bad I don't know her name now, but I haven't seen her in a long time. But she was like always, I think her name was like Paula or something. But,
Paula.
Yeah. But she was always the one to come over.
Okay.
And so like she could tell, I guess, that my mom was interested. Every time. So like that's how we got into it. I just remember one day we were just going. I was like 5 or 6, so I was just like, okay, like we're going to church now.
We're going to church now.
Yeah, that was it. So yeah, that's basically how we got into it there. So there's a lot of people that are like families, like generations.
Heck yeah, dude.
So definitely wasn't one of those type of things.
Like first generation immigrants to the church.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
How? What are some positive things you think you took from the church? Because like everybody, it's easy to go to like negative. But it's like I like wondering like the positive because I know I took things, so I was just wondering like if there's anything you could think like as far as like how you grew up, how you were raised, your beliefs, morals, ethics. I don't know anything.
Damn, I wasn't ready for that. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll say for me, just to let your mind working. Like for me, it was like I said, like the very much like the hard work and like I have to work hard because I mean, God's gonna reciprocate that in not even blessings, but just like He's gonna pay me for my labor essentially. What's that? The classic do unto others you do upon yourself, or treat others as you want to be treated yourself.
That for sure. That's up to, because that's how I am. Like I don't treat people like shit unless I'm getting it. Yeah. So it's just like,
and obviously we're assholes sometimes. I mean,
yeah, well, I do. It's a playful way though, and I do it with my friends. Like, if I'm serious, like you'll know, like I won't be a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, like treat others how you want to be treated, type of thing. I know that, like I said, a lot of people were super judgmental, but I definitely took that from like I don't judge people really at all because it's their life. So it's just like, you know, and like growing up wise, because I grew up in that, and I was more to it like when I was in school and all that. So I was very like, I was mean. I was always kind and everything, you know, like.
And you're 4'11".
Exactly, I'm not gonna intimidate.
Can't afford to be mean.
So exactly. So like, yeah, I guess that's something.
I'm never very good.
Yeah, I'll grab one. Or you got you? I got you.
Alright,
I'm getting hot as shit. So I'm on the pressure now. I'm under the camera. But yeah, cause I mean, going there too, cause I was young. I didn't go to church. Like, the schedule that we had, like growing up, it was like I went Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and Saturday mornings.
The church.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of work.
It was split up, so like Wednesday nights was like an hour of like Bible, or not Bible study, but it was like studying out of a book. Mm-hmm. So it'd be about like Daniel or like Isaiah and stuff like that. So just stuff like that. That was easy because it was just like a chapter, and it was just like read it. People would answer questions. Mondays were like they were like 2 hours, so it was like that was an extensive one, and Saturdays were like that too. But
what do those services look like? I don't think I ever asked this question. Like, break it down for me. Because I can break down like a Christian service, just like a.
So basically, what it is I can walk you through actually from at least from last time I started going. You get there, so you sing.
Suited and booted.
Oh yeah,
looking good.
Fresh.
I love that. I always love that.
Yeah, fresh. I hated that. I did not like it at all. I had to walk around with that, and then we go to the store after, and I'd be like, "Oh, my friends are gonna see me." Like, no, I want to. But you sing. That's the first thing you do.
Okay, yeah.
Book of Bibles, songs, and all that. So
you have like a hymn book. Okay.
I had like 100-something songs.
Nice.
So you sing. It's basically a talk. Is the first thing like public speakers or public talk, whatever it's called. But it's just like one of like the elders, so the higher up people do it, and those are the ones that I really toned out because you're just sitting there listening to a guy talk, and you're younger, you're just sitting there just like taking notes, but you're really just drawing the whole time. But that's what it is, like public talk. There's always a topic for what they're like, you know, what book they're reading off of and everything. After that, there's another song, and then you do. It was I think it was a Kingdom Ministry. I think is what it was called. It was basically like it had different like things on there. It was like different talking points. So, yeah, that was like the next half. That was usually because it was all downhill from there. So it was like that.
All right, we made it halfway through.
Because you're tired too, because it's a Monday. Like we had it on Mondays. It's from 7 to 9.
Oh gosh.
So it was like
after school.
Yeah, I'm like half the time my mom would be like, I don't want to go. Like I'm tired. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there was just like a bunch of talking points. In regards to that, they usually announce like there's it was called the school. That was like your first step with progressing. Is
up until like a baptism point.
Yeah, like so you join the school, which is when before like when I first started going, I remember my older brother when he went, it was more in depth. Like you had to research, like they would give you this topic and you would have to read these things, and you'd have to like write out like a whole thing and give a talk, like actual talk. But then like once later on, they basically just made it like you read this verse, They would assign it to you, be like, oh, you read Galatians 1 through whatever, you know. And that was, you would just stand up there, read. They would tell you like how you did, like, you know, tone, reading from the book, and all that.
Oh, really?
So it was like a school, because like
public speaking class.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you move your way up from there. Like you do that, then you start doing talks. And then so that was the second half. There was a school, and then they would talk about other things. So yeah.
Is this all ages, or is this like?
It's all ages.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's even like, because little kids will be like 8, 9. I want to join, and then
preaching.
you're like, go ahead.
That's crazy.
And you go up there, and you know, as long as
That's
you can
awesome.
read, like I've seen
Yeah.
people put up step stools for kids. To go up there. So yeah, that was normally like that's basically how those would go down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, this is pretty similar.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like out of nowhere. Like there's nothing crazy or anything. Like
Yeah.
there's always a thing where it's like, oh, it's a cult, like type of thing. I mean, I've talked to my brother about it, my older one, because he's completely like anti like the religion.
Yeah.
He didn't even like it when we first like started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, how old was he? Was what, 15, 14? When you first started going?
14,
Yeah.
15. So he was like, he was doing it, but then once he turned 18, he was out. Like he's
Oh,
like, I'm out.
yeah.
I'm not gonna do it anymore. He was like, I'm not. Like he told my mom, I'm not into it. Like I don't want to do anything like that. But he's very anti it. So
One of those just
yeah.
attacks?
So he basically broke it down like it's kind of like a what's it called? It's a cult, but it's a end of the world cult. That's what he called it.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
basically you're living your life here, and then Armageddon is what happens, and then that's when you have eternal life on Earth.
No.
So that's
I love this.
So that's what that's what the whole thing is like. That's you live. It's called. That's why their whole thing is like, don't hang out, bad association. Like you're not supposed to hang out with anybody that's not a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
You're just not supposed
You're
to.
just like not.
But because you're not supposed to have that temptation around of like,
Yeah.
you're gonna like, it's gonna sway you to
Yeah.
not be a part of it. So it's called like worldly. Like don't get into worldly
Yeah.
things, because this world is just temporary, and then
Yeah.
you know you're not dead. You're resting until Armageddon. So he broke it down like that, and he was just like, yeah, it's He was like, it's prepping for the end of the world for a paradise. And then I heard that, and I was like, damn. I mean, you're not. Usually, I just like kind of tone him out when he does it, because I know because I know nothing he's gonna say is gonna be good about it. So I'm just like, you know, whatever. But then he said that, and I was like, it's not far fetched, you know. But I don't agree with it. But I mean, it was the most reasonable thing he's ever said about it.
No, I love that you brought that up, because not many people think about it that way. Because it's the same thing. Like it was one like the biggest gripes I had like in my experience with the church is like, dude, like it's literally like you throw this life away on earth. Your eternal life is what's important. Like you literally pray like, Lord, please bring your kingdom down like now or as soon as possible. And what that entails, I don't know. You guys take Revelation as word like.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like. People don't understand, like even people in the church don't understand. I was like, you are just hoping for fire and brimstone to come on. You're waiting for the end of the world. That's what you're hoping for. Yeah. And I don't think anyone that I've ever talked to has brought that up or has ever come up in the conversation. But that's one of my biggest things. Is like you're just hoping for everyone to die and go to hell, and for you to live your eternal life, essentially. So it's a trip when you think about it, dude. Like,
it terrified me growing up.
Right? It's terrifying.
It was terrifying, especially because my dad isn't.
Yes.
So I was
you're like,
fuck,
God, you're screwed.
And he would randomly go to like the convention, you know, like Qualcomm.
Okay, yeah.
He would go to that like one day.
Yeah.
Like he'd go show up just like for me, because I'd be like, can you go? But then, so that shit like really.
That's traumatizing, dude.
It's scary as fuck.
To think when like your best friend, your mom, your family members not.
Like, and then my mom was like, my older brother stopped going. So I was like, oh fuck, like, dude,
the numbers are going down.
And that's like some of the things that like I didn't really like about. Because remember I said there were some things I didn't.
Yeah.
It's like, and if you are baptized and you're disfellowshipped, you're cut off.
Yeah.
Like
you're not disfellowshipped, right?
No,
you just gotta stop going.
I
never baptized.
Yeah, so I didn't. There's no real like penalty for it. Like I've seen a couple people since then, just like, how are you doing? You know, and that's about it. You know, but I'm not like banned from it.
One of these.
Not right.
You're not right.
But
Jesse, think Darius, I don't know.
But So like if you are disfellowshipped, you're not supposed to, like, if you have a kid and they're disfellowshipped, you can't even talk to your kid.
Yeah.
And that really, I didn't like that at all, because like my mom didn't listen. Or my older brother wasn't baptized, but she would like talk about like if he was, I couldn't talk to him.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be allowed to.
And I
thought that was bullshit, because I was like, that's flesh and blood coming straight from a mother, and then she can't talk to her son because he had premarital sex. It's like boom, you were cut off. Like that was one of the things that did not sit well with me. Like that I started like when you get older and you realize that I was like, that's not like, because there's really like people that get disfellowship, they do get a chance to come back into it. They have to go through a bunch of things to do it. But it's like baby steps. But like they'll have it. I remember saw this one guy, a couple years older than me. He's baptized when he was young. Had sex, got kicked out, and then he started showing up again. But you sit in the back. You can sit there the whole time. You can't talk to anybody. You leave. Like that's what I noticed is like the first stepping stone of it. So like that was just one of those things that just really bothered me. Like it was like there's forgiveness, but it's not like, it's like, all right, yeah, you're forgiven once you
meet these standards.
After this year goes by, then you can do it. Which like, I mean, people get back into it because that's they believe in, you know. But still, it's like when it comes to like family, like kids like that, like I don't know if I could ever like not talk to your child, like, you know. And there's people that do that, and it blows my mind.
It's a trip that like so like they could any given group, organization, cult, religious group could make you. I think it's Voltaire that has a quote that says where he says that people or things that make you. Damn it! I always butcher these.
We'll edit this out.
People who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities along those lines. So it's not obviously not talking to your kid, like we won't categorize that as an atrocity, but like dude, like if someone makes you believe something, like they can cut you off from your family, they can make you kill off people, they could, if you really believe in a certain ideology, then you could do crazy things. And like with a good heart with all your intentions, but just
you'll have the best intentions, but it's like not the best.
But then
to you, it's you're just like,
from the outside looking
wrong. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's really crazy.
Man, it's went dark.
Yeah,
it's went dark real
really
quick.
Fuck.
What's yours? You said you work a lot. What's your background as far as schooling and work wise? Like, are you going to where'd you go to high school at?
Monte Vista.
Spring Valley. There you go.
Schooling plays right into the religion part too, because I wasn't raised to care about school, really.
Oh, really?
Because you just graduate. Like a lot of kids are homeschooled in it.
Yeah.
Because they get done with school quick, and then they can have their time for God.
Really?
Yeah. So like my mom really, well, even then my mom just didn't, like, because she had a lot on her plate. So she'd be like, do your homework. Okay. And I'd just be in my room playing
sticking around
PS2, like sitting there just playing games. So like I've like.
What's your favorite game on PlayStation?
Which PlayStation?
Let's think about you, 17 years old. What are you playing?
17? Oh no, I had an Xbox then.
I
was playing Call of Duty and Halo 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to get into this.
But that was my shit back then. That was why I didn't go to school a lot. But I graduated high school, went to Queen Maca community. Went for like a year, and it really ruined me because I was like,
in the streets or what?
It was fuck, because I realized that they don't care if you don't show up. Because if you don't show up after a couple amount of times, one of my classes I like legit, and I didn't know how to drop classes or nothing.
Oh,
like,
so you just took
I didn't go to school
L's
for a month for one class. It was in fucking stats. Took it my freshman year of college. I was a graphic design major.
Oh, really?
And my counselor was like, "Oh yeah, was like math 170," and I was like, "Okay, whatever that is." And then I show up in elementary stats, and I'm like, why does I need to take like fucking pre-algebra, like I don't even need to take this shit. And it was hard, so I just stopped going. And I remember I showed up like for the final, and the professor's like, "Oh, I didn't even know you're taking this class still." And I showed up and I was like, "Today's the final?" And like people looked at me and they're all, Yeah, I didn't know that. And I was like,
honestly, I didn't.
I haven't been here, but you know. But yeah, so I like after that I would like randomly go to school. Went to school at Mesa. That was when I started getting more serious, and then I tore my knee, and that really brought me down. So I stopped going to class.
Did that just get you like down on life, or
especially recovery wise. I was because you're laid up and like I was laid up in bed because I couldn't walk, and I was just taking Percocets for pain, and so like then they give you a bottle of Percocets. They don't refill it because they don't want you to get hooked.
Yeah.
And
after that, they give you how many's in the bottle? 20, 40?
Fuck, not even. It was like take it with pain, but take it before bed. So I would take 2 before bed. I'd wake up in the morning and take one, and then the rest of the day I was fine. But then once I ran out, I only had it for like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, really? Oh,
they don't give you any, like as much as you think, like, and so, because after a while you don't get pain. I would just do it because I couldn't sleep on my back, and I had my leg in the air, so I was like taking it because I'd pass out and be like, all right.
And are you at your mom's house?
I'm at my dad's at this point because it's a bigger place.
Okay.
My grandparents were there, so they were like, they would take care of me. So I was like their baby, you know. But
should what, intercom?
Yeah, exactly. They would, the doors open, the living room's right there. I'd be like, hey, can you give me something to drink? But that really like they give you after that they give you Flexerol, just muscle relaxer.
Okay.
But that doesn't really.
Nothing at that point.
No, it's like after a scratch. It's a barely little. After Percocets, that's a far drop. So I remember the first night I was having like withdrawals and shit.
Really?
Kinda ish. I'd say they're withdrawals, but it was just me laying there not being able to sleep at all.
Damn.
I was up 24 hours, and then I finally fell asleep for like an hour. But when you're on, but then like when I can't sleep, like I was like sitting there and I would like people would talk to me because I was like, oh, surgery, you know, and they're like, oh, I'll come visit you, and nobody would fucking show up, and I fucking got super down. Like, man, fuck all these people, you know. So
got no real friends.
Yeah, it changed me. But yeah, so that took me a little dark, and then like going to school and shit, and I was just like,
yeah, it's just too much.
I was just over. I was just not wanting. I was not motivated at all because I was like, fuck, like I just go to school and then I come home and I just sit here, like so. That kind of dropped down after that point, but I'm going to school now. Like going.
And you were 24 at this point. You take.
This was
when you bust your knee.
I was 23. Turning 24.
Yeah, man, that's a tough age. So, that's at the prime.
Yeah, and it was like, fuck. I wish I grew up more for school, like worrying about it, you know, because I mean, fuck, I'm 27 right now, and it's like shit. But I have a good job, so it's like that's cool. But like to get up and promote, you have to be pursuing. You have to have your degree. So it's like I'm going to school now for.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, but that's as far as that goes for school.
Nice.
No, I hate school though. I'm not
you
gonna
really?
lie.
I was gonna say you look like someone who just like got like slid through pretty easily.
Oh yeah, I graduated high school with it's like a 2.4.
Nice.
So like a C, you know. That was cool. I was like, all right.
But you never really tried, right? You're just like, eh.
No, that was the thing too. I was like, cool. I didn't even try it.
Awesome.
But granted, I like senior year, I had like art and like weights,
Yeah.
and then like everything else is just whatever.
You said initially you started like out of high school, graphic design.
Yeah.
Like you just like how's that?
It was. I mean, I was good at it for the graphic design classes I took. Like, I liked it, but then I remember like, I wasn't prepared like for college at all.
Were you artistic like growing up, or did it interest you, or like how'd that?
I was super interested in it.
Oh really?
Yeah,
okay.
I wasn't the greatest drawer. Like my older brother's like fucking great at drawing. Me, I was alright. Like I could see stuff and like eventually I would get it going. But like graphic design, I just liked it. I liked doing designs for things and shit. So I changed that major once I realized that they don't make that much money. So I was like, alright, but I need to change this.
Just doing freelance work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool, dude. Like I've never considered myself like artistic at all. So like whenever I meet anyone who's like just able to create and do things like that, like it's still cool to me.
Yeah, that's why I've sent you like 8 different things for those
Yeah,
files. It's because it'll change. I'm like, fuck, how about this? How about that? I'm gonna do this.
I ain't mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
I said like I just want people to be happy with their designs because at the end of the day, like you're gonna pay me to do this, and it's like my biggest fear. Like even every time I give people flags like on the field and actually see them in real life, like I'm always scared like, oh, you're not gonna like them or you're not gonna be happy.
Have you had
with
anybody
them.
say anything?
Not really, but it's like you never know. Everybody gives me pretty good feedback, but like you never know at the end of the day. It's like maybe someone's not happy with it, but I mean, it's free market, so it's like if you don't like them, then just don't order them again.
No,
like, not even like in a dick way, but it's like if I can't do the job for you, then
he was like, don't say anything. Okay. But like he would be like, yeah, let's go down there. We get like tacos and shit.
Nice, good day.
I knew football, so he would fucking bet on. He'd be like, all right, who's gonna win this game?
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah.
Caliente,
So I gave him some money.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah.
We go to they got this like a little like freaking ranch town.
Yeah.
So we go to like once a year, every now and then for a tournament.
Like I haven't been to Hong Kong or nothing. Like we had a team called Hong Kong Boys. I just didn't even. I've never even been.
Who was telling me, Stewie was like, yeah, that's the one hoodie I can never wear, that Hong Kong hoodie. He's so embarrassed, yeah.
He's embarrassed? Damn. You want to return it, Stewie? Yeah.
I had a funny story about Fit Perfectly right there, but I can't say it for people.
Turn that off.
Where was I going at? But now, dude, are you scared of TJ? Or like Mexico? Okay.
Well, I just haven't gone, and like none of my friends go.
Yeah,
all my friends out, no. I do need to get a pass, because I plan on, next year I want to go to like Germany and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Funsies or?
Yeah, I'm a Bayern Munich fan, the soccer team.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, or football, you know.
Yeah.
But I want to go watch them like at there, like go see it there, and I've always wanted to go to Germany just to go.
That's awesome.
You know. So I need a passport eventually.
That's funny. I don't usually hear people say Germany. Like people always go like what do we say, France, maybe England, but Thailand. People always want to go to Thailand.
I have no interest for Thailand.
Yeah.
I heard it's nice. My other roommate works for NASCO, the shipyards.
Okay, yeah.
And so, like, once a year, they'll send them out to, like, Singapore, Thailand,
oh, really?
Vietnam, for, like, to learn how to work on the ships out there, because they have, like, naval bases over there, apparently. So he'll go out there, and he's like, bro, it's fucking, I love it, like, you know, but I have no interest for going over there like, at all.
That's funny.
Like, even Japan, I'm like, that'd be cool, but, like, I have no, like...
Germany's your spot.
Like,
you have to go like, place right now.
Yeah, that'd be the first on the list. And then I want to go, like, Italy. That'd be dope.
Do a little Euro tour. Have you ever done any trips overseas or not really?
I've never flown over water. The closest I've done to flying over water was going to Alaska.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
That counts. I've never been to Alaska.
I used to be paranoid of flying over water because I was like, damn, if this plane crashes...
That's it.
You know, at least if the plane crashes over land, there's no mystery. Yeah. Like, that's where I'm at, and you know where I died. But if it's over water, it's like, fuck, like, you know. But I thought about it. Like, that was when I was younger. And then once I got older, I was like, you know, I need to just live.
Suck it up.
I need to live. Go see something, you know.
I never had any problem with flying until we... What was it? No, it's not even a bad story. It was just like my bad experience. In December, we came back for like Christmas time. We were here for a few weeks. I was here for that first draft tournament that Louis did. Yeah, randomly. Yeah. But that trip back, we were in New Zealand. We flew to Hawaii. We were a few days in Hawaii. But the flight from Hawaii to San Diego or to LA, it was the worst flight. I never had problems with flights before. Like I fall asleep, whatever. We had some turbulence, whatever. But the one from Hawaii to LA, I was like, it was the worst thing ever. The whole plane was shaking. I felt like I thought we were gonna die. Like me and like some bodybuilder next to me were like crying. Like,
oh shit!
Oh god! Like I should walk up. Me and Rosella were separated on this flight for whatever reason. So I was like, damn, I should go up there and like spend these last moments with her.
Run up, hug her.
I couldn't even enjoy the movies on the flight. So ever since then, dude, I've been paranoid as like crazy about flying.
I used to be scared about flying because I don't like heights at all.
Oh really?
Like flying's different. If I don't feel stable and I feel like I don't have like control of myself falling, I'll fucking hands start sweating and shit, and I'm just like, fuck, I get anxiety. I don't even have anxiety, and then I get anxiety from that. And when we went to Alaska to Glacier Bay.
Family, friends.
My dad and uncle wanted to go. My dad loves fishing, so he wanted to go. They went like the year before we went.
Oh, nice.
So we went up there, and going there straight, you fly from here to Tacoma, then you fly to
Juneau?
Yes, Juneau. Yeah, you fly into Juneau. But then, like, the plane we were on was, like, it went from Juneau to Gustavus, which is just, like, a tiny...
Okay.
There was, like, 100 people over there. Like, we ran into a local there. He said there's, like, 100, 150 people that live there. I was like, damn. They're, like, bears and shit and moose. We saw fucking a big-ass paw print from a bear, and I was all,
really?
Fuck
Oh,
this.
damn,
it was
terrifying.
during the summer, so it doesn't get dark. Like, it gets, like, dusk. But it doesn't
never
get
gets fully dark.
And dusk is kind of sketchy when it's like just bright enough, but it's still dark enough so
Yeah.
you can't fully see things.
Yeah.
And I saw that when we were walking back from the little like corner store, and I was
Yeah,
all,
we gotta go.
we gotta dip.
We gotta go.
Like where we were staying, it was like cottage type. It was like 4 different rooms. So
Okay.
there was other people staying there.
Yeah.
It was only for the fishing like boats.
Okay. Yeah.
But then they have like the rec room across the way. And it's a good probably like 40 yards distance.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, go back in the room and get the beer. I'm like, yeah. Went out, grabbed it, and I started walking, and it's dead quiet. And I was just like looking around. It's
This
nothing but
eerie.
there's just trees everywhere, and you're just, oh,
You're like,
fuck.
nope.
But when we flew there, it was on the big plane. We never changed. But on the way back, we had to get in a 5-seater propeller plane to fly to Juneau.
5-seater?
Dude, I was fucking panicking. I fucking remember getting to the airport. It was just a little parking lot. And that was there, and they're like, yeah, it was just us. And I sat there, and I'm like...
So it's you, your dad, and your uncle?
Yeah, and then the pilot.
And
it's a brown propeller plane.
We had to
looks like
push it to start.
I sat there, and he was just like, yeah, get it. And I'm all, what? Like, we really doing this? We were so low to the ground that my phone still had service.
What?
Like, I was on my phone because I was like, if this thing, it's doing this the whole time. And my dad's like, isn't this fun? Hit me. I'm all, don't fucking touch me right now. I'm losing my and it took like a half hour to get there.
What did the inside look like? Like your setup of that little plane?
It's rounded. It's because it's round in there. So you legit sit down in 2 little
Are you like this close to someone? Or?
Yeah. Like me and my dad were like shouldered, like there's a little bit of room.
So it's like 2 rows and then the pilot? Or
actually, I think it was 4-seater because there was a trunk in the back for the bags. So it was just
Trunk.
2 seats. Yeah, it was a trunk.
No, when a plane has a trunk, that's all I got.
It was small. It's what you would picture the propeller planes look
yeah.
like. It's that small in there. Like it's round. You feel like you're in a little pod, and you're just sitting there like. There was leg room, so thankfully like I wasn't like this.
Yeah.
But still, like I'm just sitting there, and it starts going up, and it's just swaying.
Oh.
He had complete control, but just that feeling, I was like, man, we're barely going over mountains. I'm like. Fuck! Because I took my phone out because I was like, I told him I was like, if we're gonna die, I'm telling mom right now that I'm like, I love her. And I took my phone out.
I was waiting to push send.
Full bars. Internet was still in there. I was like,
no.
are you fucking kidding me? It's like we're not even high enough for this shit to go away. Fuck. So that was a sketchy.
You have a good reason to be traumatized.
That was sketchy.
Yeah, that's way worse than my wife. Like.
Yeah. And then when the first flight I went on, that I remember, we went to New York when I was like 14. My mom had a friend out there.
Out of San Diego?
Yeah. And so we went out there.
It's a long flight.
Yeah.
Like
and it was direct. Yeah, and it was a direct one too,
yeah.
so I was kind of glad about that. But we flew over Kansas when there was a thunderstorm. I was fucking terrified. I looked out the window, and you just see clouds and the bottoms are all flashing.
No.
And you're like, even though you're not even going to get touched by it at all because you're so high above them.
It's terrifying.
But when you've never flown before, and it's an overnight flight, so like we flew from 9 p.m. here, we landed at 5 a.m. there.
Oh.
So I was just sitting there looking at the clouds.
This looks like death.
Going off, and I was like, no, didn't sleep the whole flight. I was just wide awake, just trying to watch movies. Like I was like, this is terrible. So that was when I like really was sketched out about flying. Like,
yeah, you win, dude. You've had a worse experience than me. I gotta say, I've had that one flight, but I went. I mean, me and Rosella been everywhere together like recently, but last weekend, week before. I went down to Mexico City for another term. I went on my own though, and that was the first time flying alone since God knows when, since freaking last year, last June. So I was freaking out. I was like, oh, we usually like hold hands while we take off. I was like holding hands with strangers. Like, I don't know what to do.
Did you really?
No,
I was gonna say.
I wish I would have though. But oh man, it's such a trip though because you're just like testing fate.
Yeah.
Like
you're trusting a person. Operating a machine.
Yep. F you world, atmosphere and space. Like our human engineering is better than you. We're figuring this out because you're just cruising through air like just in a little mechanical pod.
You're just like, all right, we're gonna be doing that. Oh, turbulence is coming up. And you're like, fuck. I don't know how people could be a pilot then. Like DJ worked for airline or whatever.
Yeah. I wonder, as a pilot, like you feel like you're in complete control, or you feel that much more vulnerable? Like just feel like whatever. Like do you fall asleep while you're driving? I always wonder how that works. Like, do you put it on autopilot? Do you have to be awake? Or
I think that's why co-pilot's there, just in case they need to get a little cat nap. You know? I really don't know. don't even want to think about that. Because then the next time I get on a plane, I'm like, oh shit.
Get a look at the pilot.
Like flying to Europe, fucking from LAX or whatever, or if you fly out from New York, that's a long flight. So I was like, give me every sleeping pill possible. Like,
I used to do that when I flew too. Sleeping pills.
I'll keister it if I have to, and I'll just make sure like I'm out. Look.
When's the longest flight we had was like, I think it was like 14 or 16 hours. Something stupid, like when we flew to the Philippines.
What do you do the whole time? Like really, what do you do?
There's movies, you fall asleep, read, I don't know.
Do you just fall asleep like wake up after a little while and then knock back out? Or?
I do. I'm like a baby. Like I fall asleep in a car like after 5 minutes. If I'm in the back seat, I'm out. If I'm driving, I fall asleep. On the motorcycle, I would like doze off sometimes. It's so bad. Yeah.
Dude, I almost dozed off for the first time coming back from Vegas for the flag trip.
This past year? Who went out there?
It was in my car. It was me, Alex, Ant, a little Ant.
Yeah.
And
Dirty Ant?
Keon, yeah.
Hi.
And Keon, that was our car.
That's a fun car.
It was, you would think. Keon falls asleep right away.
Okay, that would be me.
Ant is the worst co-pilot.
Oh, he was co-pilot. Oh,
on the way back. Oh, that's why I felt.
Oh, you're supposed to exit here.
Because I've driven out there, so I knew how to get there. But he's just because he's quiet. And I remember calling him. I'm like, bro, why aren't you talking? Like, what the fuck? And he's all, I'm quiet on car rides. But him and Keon's asleep in the back, and then Alex is just on his phone. I'm like, all right, you think it'd be more fun, but everybody's just quiet as shit.
I hate all of you.
It got.
Who'd you guys play with?
With Isaac and Kenny.
Okay.
So like Isaac was there. Both Isaacs were there. Kenny, Eric, Fouquet.
Yeah.
Ant, the other Ant, tall Ant, handsome Ant. Latin.
Oh, he's a dirty Ant too.
Oh, he's dirty Ant too? Dre was with us.
Dre Sampson? What Dre?
Andre. Plays the Goblins now. Played with Superbad and shit.
Dre. He's black guy.
Yeah. Well, what other...
Okay. He played Sunday. Because there was one
he
guy
was out there.
No, okay.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, he was there. We had...
You got a nice squad, huh?
Did we have Ty?
Ty's nice.
I don't know if Ty was there. I don't think he was. I'm blanking out right now.
What'd you guys do?
We lost to Dropping Dimes.
Oh!
In the final. I wasn't even playing. The fucking Patriots were playing the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Dude, and that was a one day I didn't wear like leggings, so I had short shorts and
freezing your balls off.
And I didn't care. I was just like this, and people walked by and like watch, and I'm like, yeah, like didn't care.
This was the X-Flag tournament?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we finished second. Well, Kenny and them finished second. I was just there. But I bet on the game. Like, I bet money. I bet $100 or I bet $20 to win 200. I ended up winning, so I was like, hey, we got done at like 8 though, because of course.
Oh yeah.
X-Flag ran late.
They get late.
So I was like, hey, I'm going back to the hotel. Like we had all of our stuff. I'm going back to cash this and And man, I was so tired. Like, I was driving and just not because it's the desert.
Like from the field to the hotel, or like
no,
you're talking about after you left Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Vegas.
Oh, you left that night.
Yeah, I could have got work off, but Alex and Keon couldn't get the day off.
Damn.
So I was like, we got to come back.
Terrible people. You guys are liabilities.
And they all fell asleep. And Ant was like, I'll stay awake, bro. We barely got past the border. We passed Prim. I don't know if I could do it, Scuba. I'm sorry. And I'm sitting there like.
I know that exact face.
And I legit would like go and like I would catch myself. I bought a Bang, just 300 milligrams of caffeine.
How much is a thing of coffee?
It's 3 cups. Pugged it.
I need to try that.
Didn't work. It works every other time, but it didn't work. And I remember dropping Ant off in fucking Carlsbad or where the fuck he lives.
Yeah.
And just driving straight to my house.
Don't remember anything.
And I was still fucking falling asleep. Like I was in the city still. Like no dark. Like well, it's still dark, but no like we didn't get home till like fucking 1 or something like 1:30. And so it was like that was the first time I legit like I jumped like I did the
yeah
where you panic and I was like oh like fuck I'm never doing this again.
You see, that was me every day. Like, driving to work, driving back from work. Driving back from work was the worst. Like, yep, just doze off.
Didn't you take, like, the trolley?
I did. Like, my last 2 years,
yeah.
Yep, I did that. It was just that much more easier. Most of the time I would read or listen to a podcast or whatever, but sometimes if I was tired, I'd just sleep.
And I was on the bike, you were passing out, too.
Yes. Yeah, it only happened one time that I remember. But, yes?
Housekeeping.
I don't even know who that is. Ooh. Oh, damn. Oh, I forgot here. Hey, let me open the door. I legit had no clue who would knock on the garage.
That's
We got special guest appearance.
Guest appearance? Oh, Steve! What's up, dude?
Everyone's in this frame.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You see a new studio setup?
I see this. I like this.
Oh, man. Alright,
Like,
Steve.
other than Bud Light.
We were just talking about terrible plane experiences. Tell us about the first time that Yvonne flew to God knows where when your dad freaked her out. Did I make that up?
No, he did say that in one of the
No,
podcasts.
he was talking about when we went to
Sacramento?
We went to Sacramento, and her first flight ever, and
In her
Yvonne
life.
was terrified. Yeah, her first flight in her life. And
That's how you know
Yvonne's
you're
like,
poor.
So she's terrified. She's talking about how she never wants to go on a flight, and I convinced her to go because it was my brother's graduation. And we go out there, and like midway through the flight, we feel like a little bit of turbulence. And my dad just like grabs Yvonne. He's like, "Yvonne, we're going down." That was it. She was terrified.
That's what I knew. So I knew I'm one of the best friends of Steve's dad. Alright,
Yeah, that's what I want.
give me whichever one I should drink. Which one do you
So I
not
haven't
wanna
had
drink?
this one. That's the reason.
Wasn't I
I'm
supposed to
drinking
buy beer off of you?
this one. You were, but
I imagine it's gone by now.
oh yeah,
But I forgot about
took
that.
way too long and it's gone.
Completely forgot about
I've had all three of those and they're all three good.
Okay,
So
I like this one because it can. You have to drive, so I don't even know if I should offer you.
I'm fine.
Alright, I swear, this is the last proof of you alive.
Shit, last video.
Good time. I opened this up with asking Steve, or Steven, Valdez? How do you say your name? Is that Mexican?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, what keeps him, like, after 10 years, 10 plus years, like, playing ball? I'd be like, what keeps you playing ball? Like, how long have you been playing? Give or take. 10 years?
gosh, since
Do you want to go there?
2002. I don't know how long is that.
God damn, really? Fuck, I was 10 years old, bro. Or no, I was 11, yeah.
Let's round down. Let's go 15 years.
Okay, so it's been about 15.
Do like what? Like for people to understand, like why are you even doing this? Like why would you even play flag football to begin with? Like why are you still doing it?
Honestly, I think outside of just flag football in general, like I love the game. Obviously, I love playing, but then you just like build friendships, and it's just like a thing to do. Hang out with your friends, new friends, whatever, and you guys just have a good time playing. It's more like it almost becomes more like the hangout thing, just to.
Straight up.
So I love the tournaments that Lou's been doing.
No, 100%.
And all we do is drink. Last one I got hammered, dude.
Did you really?
Oh my god. Wayne was hammered. I know Louis, I listened to the last episode, I know Louis said it, but dude, I showed up, I'm like, what's up, Wayne? He's like, man, you thirsty? I'm like, I had a growler, I was like, I got one. He's all, I brought 80 Modelo's, dig in. And this dude eventually at the end was like pissing, like pulled the thing, it was like pissing in the field.
Yeah.
And all the LA guys are yelling, and he turns around, he's like, what, you want to fucking hold it for me? Like, the LA guys were cool too, the ones that went out there.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't know that
it
LA
was-
guys came down here. He said that cast from the Bay came down.
Yeah, I guess there was somebody from the Bay. I don't know who that was though.
Huh.
I don't remember seeing who that was, but I know the dudes from LA, like Bobby. The last name starts with a B.
Boucher.
No, I wish. It's like Bactari or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he's an older guy, but he was cool. We were talking to him, and there was like a couple other people. Is it Murray, San Diego, or is he LA? Like,
San Diego.
I don't know where he's at right now.
I don't know, but he was there too.
This is where he's phone.
But we were all chilling, like they were cool as hell. But yeah. But those things are fun, dude. Like, especially because they're draft. Like, you don't take them seriously.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Like, you're not mad if you lose.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then DJ just drafted a terrible team.
I looked at that. I looked at that team.
He said he thought he was getting all that lot of people.
Bro, he sat there because I was at the draft. Like, I showed up because it was at
I
Hooters.
like that he does it at where'd you guys do it at?
Hooters.
Okay,
time.
that's dope. I like
Yeah.
that. That's fun.
And so, I was sitting next to him and Alex, and he's like, he picked Jay, and I'm like, all right.
Alright.
He's gonna draft people for Jay. This man sit here drafted the most athletic black dudes ever, and then sitting there, nothing that Jay no little quick.
No little center dump
He
off.
drafted fucking Jeff Burris.
Silverback.
Silverback.
Yeah.
And they drafted him. He did good, but he's
That
not
was
the
bad.
center for Jay.
No, this guy lied.
He is not the center for Jay. Jay likes. You would see times.
He's actually
where
the one that got
he
me to
would-
start playing.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh shit! How long ago was that? You said
Back
15
in
years.
But he's gone to my game since I was in Pop Warner. He was
Okay.
like one of the ones that was like big time into me playing
How old
football.
is Jeff?
Jeff's like 62, 63.
Are you shitting me?
What the hell? I don't know.
I was
He's
gonna
like
say 100.
late
too.
40s.
I was like, what the fuck? Dude, older than my parents.
He's like late 40s or something. Like, he has kids with my cousins. I've known him since they had kids together. But yeah, he's oldest man alive. And I was giving him a hard time telling him he looks like Billy Bob. He's trash. I mean, put it this way. He used to be a running back in high school. He used to run like 4-2. Probably had a college scholarship, all that.
Shit.
And now look at him. He's trash.
Yeah, he's like Al Bundy.
Al
Was it 4 touchdowns one game, bro?
Yeah. Polk High Panthers.
No, but we always get into each other. Good guy.
Right. He was the center for Jay, and you could tell times where like Jay would like step up. He'd be like waiting for Isaac to come out, and then
So
when
he ain't there.
then Jay throws a pick. Then DJ got mossed.
I wish I would have seen that.
Dude,
I'd be
he
so
had
happy.
he had the pick in his hand, but you could tell the way he was going back was like he kind of was just like falling back, like
Yeah.
didn't
Like
think
softly,
who was there,
yeah.
and the dude just fucking straight up.
That's
ripped
my ball.
it, and everybody was watching,
Good.
and it was in like the playoff part of it,
Good.
and everybody just screamed. He just laid on the back. I was like, damn.
That just happened.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
I love it.
Because we were fucking like getting close at that point. And then
Oh,
that
it
happened.
was you two. Yes.
I was on DJ's team.
Oh, you're on DJ's team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so like that we were finally close, like
And
within
that was
one
the
score,
soul
and
crusher.
then that fucking happened, and we're all. This is
All right. Oh, so I'm gonna keep drinking. I love the draft tournaments, dude. I think the first one I played was with Game Time, like easily 5 years ago. But I had never played one before, and it was just like, dude, like so cool. Like you just play with random people. You never know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Like just it depends on the chemistry or like how you guys link up. Defense is super hard. It wasn't on the same page, but it's always fun to have a good time,
Yeah, they're super fun.
and you make new friends.
Yeah,
Like it goes full
that's
circle.
it.
Like both of you guys said, like the same thing. It's like you love the sport to begin with, but at the end of the day, it's like the relationships you build, like the community, all that. It's like what makes you keep coming out.
Yeah.
You have a do-rag on?
No.
Oh, alright, just flipped up. Alright. I was about to say.
He's getting the waves.
What's next?
What are you?
Did you know he does a podcast?
I did.
I didn't know this.
Less beers or something.
Bullshit.
Yeah, there you go.
I followed you on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's scouting.
Basically. No, Steve mentioned it one time. He was like, I didn't think, because I put on Instagram just be like, hey, if anyone wants to listen. And then
Yeah.
he was, at football one day was like, is that your podcast? I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, somebody else listen to it.
That's how it is, dog.
I was like, oh fuck, alright, yeah, that is.
If I had a nickel for every time that someone like commented about a podcast or something like that, like randomly, is like, I'm like people who I don't even know. It's like, oh, you're listening to this? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
we're doing something right.
I mean, he's talking about beer, and you know how I'm with beer.
No, I
Yeah,
get
we
it.
legit, like, the first thing we do is we, like, talk about what we have. I'm like, oh, where'd you get it? What is this? So he was like, yeah, go up to Murrieta and go electric.
Lightning
Electric.
or electric?
Yeah, I went up there.
That's close.
Went up there way later than it should have went. But the beer was good. I ended up bringing, I got a crowler
Okay.
of, like, the fruit one, though, the sour. Yeah, I drank, like, half of it, and
Never
it was way too much. Like,
That's
it
way
was
too
just,
much. Yvonne's all about that one.
like, they're cool, but crowlers is fucking big.
Yeah.
And I was to myself, so I drank, like, half, and I, like, remember I didn't even finish it. I just set it down. I was like, yo, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite kind of beer?
Not picky with it. That's the thing. I could tell you what my favorite beer, like, if I had to pick any, like, it'd be AleSmith 394, the Tony Gwynn one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that beer.
I don't think I ever had it.
It's a good go-to beer.
It's just a lager, right?
It's a
Yeah.
pale ale.
Pale ale.
Yeah, well.
But they're actually, Saturday, they're doing a hazy one of those.
Are
They're
they?
having an event. So if you go there, you'll see me there.
Where are they at?
Near Mesa.
Mary Mesa.
Yeah. But,
Mary Mesa's a spot, huh? Yeah.
breweries all up there.
Green Flash. Ballast Point.
Trash.
Mike Hess.
But, good.
like
Sorry,
Ballast Point?
too mainstream.
Ballast Point?
Sorry, too mainstream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just sent
I'm
Stewie
sorry, Steve.
I just sent Stevie a message earlier about this. I'm like, you can't give me the... Not that you can't give me to, but I'm not going to get hyped over Ballast Point. I'm not going to get hyped over Green Flash.
He gets snobby, dude.
I
You
did.
see?
I
can
He's
tell.
Some
changed.
Alpine, some St. Archer.
I
I'm
still
not-
get when I see 28 flavors of Victory at Sea, I get excited.
Dude,
It's like,
I
wanna
love
taste
going to that.
all of them,
I go to that every year they do it. It's so fun.
like unnecessary flavors.
And my friends will go dress up as fucking pirates.
and,
and they'll, like, get people, because you get the little, like, doubloons as, like, the tokens. They'll be like, here, we're not going to use them while you guys have them because they're dressed up. Like, hell yeah, give us my beer.
Do you guys talk about beers? Or is just
We
that
talk
just
about
part
what we're
of it?
drinking.
Okay.
And then from that point, like the last one we did, because it was episode 10, we kind of strayed away. Me and one of my friends drank, we each had a Four Loko.
Oh, God.
And one of
Like,
my...
while you're recording?
Yeah, that was what we were drinking. We started drinking it before, so that way, like, by the time it started,
Animals.
I felt like I was 18 again.
I don't think I've ever drank a Four Loko. Like a whole Four Loko.
Oh, you ain't missing. Well, you're missing out, but you aren't. Because, like, everybody needs to experience that drunk and that hangover that you get from it.
Oh,
But then
don't
once
even
you
say
do it
hangover
once,
to me.
oh man, it's actually it tastes better than what it used to though. I had like a peach one, and it tasted.
tasty?
Yeah, it didn't like taste like regret or anything. It was cool.
Have
but-
you had Four Lokos?
I've never had one in my life.
You guys,
I feel like you died.
No,
you were
no,
older
Like,
when
you
they
had an
came out, right?
anxiety
Yeah,
attack?
because
Yeah.
they came out when I was like 18, 19.
The last stuff I drank that was close to that was freaking some MD 2020.
Ephedra?
That's what I said. I was like, dude,
What?
so 20, let's do some Mad Dogs. I was like, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I have Mad Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, it's between like Mad Dogs and Sparks, something like that.
Spark and juice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know what
Those
you-
are-
yeah, I know exactly what
those
you're
are
talking
the
about.
ones. But yeah, Four Loko was too new.
I'm kind of excited you brought up that Mad Dog though. Yeah, that fuzzy navel. I don't know, like it was like
Some
a
St. Ives.
raspberry one. Ooh.
Some St. Ives, some special brew.
Age right now.
Because that's a special brew. Definitely social age.
But you, I'm still so intrigued by the podcast, dude. Like 10 episodes in, like what is it that you guys?
It's so fucking terrible because I'm like taking the initiative. Like if they doubt they're gonna listen to this, but I take the initiative. Like, what are we gonna talk about this week? I do it from Monday because we usually record Friday or Saturday. I'll be like, what are we gonna talk about? Because we'll each pick a topic and then go from there.
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna talk about this week? Nobody will say anything. And then it'll be like Thursday. Like, can you guys please fucking say something? If anything, I'll just Google shit to look up. We'll talk about that. But yeah, just random shit. And we're always drunk when we do it too.
Good.
And you can tell the
Good.
episodes where we're really like,
Hammered.
yeah.
Just blend in a piece of his podcast to this podcast. And
Transition.
No,
That's all we can do.
Oh, I'm so in. I love it.
You
dude.
actually listened to it, so
Yeah. I've never.
I mean, it's bits.
No, I know. Trust me. I'll see there'll be like an hour and a half. I'm like, nobody listens.
I've never. I don't think I've ever done a podcast with anyone who does like another podcast. So it's like that's just like such a trip to me, especially like a small podcast. Like just
We sit there with mics out and fucking.
that's so cool. You see, I'm not even at the mic level.
Yeah, I mean,
You'll be 30. I'm 30 right now. I'm about to be 31.
Are you 31?
I'm 30 right now.
2.5 years, I'll be 40.
Alright.
Are you really that old?
2 years, I'll be 40. I just turned 30.
Steve!
Really?
That's not your...
What the fuck? You
That's
don't
not
look
your...
like it.
Last Sunday, I turned 30.
That's not how you respond to that. Yeah.
Well, at least you don't look that old.
That's...
I'm just saying, like.
No, alright, in his defense, like, literally, nobody I've met has ever said, like, oh, you look like you're 40 years old. Everybody's always like, oh, you're 28, 25.
So you look.
Nobody's worried that he's going to take their girl.
But yeah, next couple of years, career, move up and that, be closer to having my degree.
Quick, day to day, what does that look like at work? Just because I didn't ask you that at all, like about work.
Oh, well, it's a call center.
Okay.
So claims, bro, headset.
Sorry.
Sitting there.
I'm the 1988.
I know. What are you doing, bro? Yeah, I'm in claims, so I just talk about car accidents. That's it. I either file a claim or people are reporting a new accident.
So somebody calls you like, hey, I just hit a baby.
Well, not that. I've never gotten that. Craziest thing, I've gotten a few crazy ones where it's like this lady in Maryland hit a deer that was pregnant, and when she hit it, the baby fetus flew out.
No!
And I was my jaw dropped when she said it. I was like, do you have pictures?
Yeah, that was it. I hope she recorded that.
She was like, no, I don't have pictures. I was like, fuck. Like, I wanted to see that.
Sorry, man. We need it for your claim.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, do you have any pictures of what happened? She's like, no, I don't. It's like, damn, not even of your car? Like, but I did, like, people calling in, like, I was just rear-ended. Oh, okay, and then they train you to, like, the flow of it to what to do, but that's what because I'm at the basic entry level of it right now, so that's all I do is just keep taking calls.
And it seems like you like it, right?
Yeah, I mean, because it fucking pays well. And the benefits are great, so it's like, if I could do this and make fucking good money, like, so working out, and then, like, once you move up, like, it gets easier, but hard. You don't have to worry, because my position, I have to take in calls. That's all I'm doing. Once I get promoted and everything, it's like you're an assigned person, so, okay, this is your claim. You only work your claim.
Okay.
Like, you don't have to worry about other people's shit that comes in.
So you just have to make sure that's settled.
Yeah.
So, like, that customer is... Okay.
Exactly. So you have set things, so... but yeah, day in the life at good old Geico. Talking to everybody on the phone. Yeah, I talked to a lot of people. Man. And then what's funny is once it comes to like it's happened where I've gotten the same customer like a couple days later. Oh, and really? You remember exactly the name, and you're like, oh yeah, like I was in this, or like it's weird like that. You talk to so many people, you remember talking to them twice. Like
that's true.
Yeah.
I give you props for just like being like straightforward about that. Like if it's paying well, you're enjoying your time, like, and it gives you the freedom to do whatever else you want. If it is a podcast, if it is you're playing ball, like whatever else is going on in your life, like you have the freedom. That's all it is. You're like I think you feel the same way. Like how long you been at your job? Not in the same position, but just like in the same with the military, with the government.
The government?
Yeah.
Almost 18 years.
18 years. You're for government?
Yeah.
Fuck, see, you're the most interesting man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, I paid my taxes. I swear.
But like, I'm pretty sure you'd agree, like you, even though if it's not like the most exciting job, like day to day, like doing that gives you the money and the freedom to do pretty much whatever you want outside of your job.
Exactly.
And that's all you need in life, or that's all I feel like I need. Like I could work a 9 to 5 every day, but if I could still dick around, if I could go to tournaments, if I could shoot video, if I could take pictures, if I could do this, and it's a good day.
Yeah,
it's a good life.
Yeah.
And we're ending with that. I'm not saying anything after that.
No, you didn't do your usual.
What? No.
You don't answer that question no more?
I don't even remember the question.
I know, I was trying to think of what the question
is. What is the question?
What did I ask?
It's a...
Okay, I will ask this on the video.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck. If you were, who's the most important person in your life right now? Your mom, family? I don't know. You don't have any kids or wife.
It's like the second question you dropped on me. It was really good. Most important.
Like someone who you'd wish, like, if I were to die tonight, I just want you to know this about me, like this one thing, or just I want you to know this to like to better your life, or just to live a fulfilled life. In my opinion, something along the lines of that.
Probably my mom. Just because, like, as far as what I say.
Yeah. And I'll just say this from the past couple hours, like being with you, like you freaking, like you appreciate and respect your mom more than anybody on this earth.
Yeah.
Because just of all that she had to go through just to raise you or to raise your family.
She raised me and my two brothers like, you know, basically on her own, and she's been through everything. You know, there's a lot of, I mean, obviously there's a lot of stuff I didn't include in this here.
Yeah.
But
I feel like those things like, oh, I'm not gonna bark up that tree.
Yeah, but I held back. But yeah, there's been a lot of like she's just been through a lot, and she's dealt with a lot, and she's still fucking going strong. So yeah, I think it'd be my mom for sure.
Well,
she raised me to be the man I am today.
Well, I was gonna tell you to like tell her thanks, but it's like not necessarily an appropriate space for this. Leave it at that.
That was harder. That was a harder question than he used to end with.